Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Hellhound, the horror, metal, and comics guy, and welcome to my show, where every day is Halloween. Um, we are now in October, which is my favorite month. I've got all kinds of great things planned for this month, all kinds of awesome Halloween festivities and such, which I'll get to in a minute. That'll probably be the theme of this video, or my October plans. I just love this time of year, fall being my favorite season as well. Um, but first, I want to give a few shout outs. First, these are some fellow YouTubers who are into the same thing I am. First, we have Irish Knight, who he's got a really good show. He's got a huge comic book and graphic novel collection, as well as a very nice collection of horror films and heavy metal CDs as well. So he's into all the same things I am, and turns out we're actually a lot more similar than I ever would have imagined. We actually have the same first name as well, weirdly enough, and a very similar work experience as well. We've both been employed at some of the same businesses, weirdly. So he's definitely a really cool guy. Definitely check out his channel if you get a chance. He's got some great videos on there. And as I said, he's like, the brother I never had from, in another state, that is. There's also Matt the Collector, who he's got a channel on YouTube as well. He's got a lot of great videos. He has a very nice collection, lots of movies. He's a huge comic book fan as well. He likes all the same superheroes that I do. And yeah, definitely check out some of his videos as well. He's got a lot of really cool stuff that he shows off on his channel. And last but not least is Media Gore Video. Now this guy's he's reviewed like all the Chucky movies, all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, all the Jasons, and I agree with a lot of the points he brings up in his reviews. And he's also, I think, the vocalist for a really cool death metal band called Media Gore. I listened to a few of their songs, and they're really good. They definitely sound like a band that I would listen to on a daily basis. And so, yeah, definitely check out his channel as well. But yeah, if you been wondering what I've been up to, just most of it is working. And but I recently got a new guitar, which I just got to show you. Really nice Gibson. Oh God, I love Gibson. Oh yeah, look at this baby. Oh, she's beautiful. Yeah, this is my newest guitar. I'm going to take very good care of her, and she's going to take good care of me. Oh my gosh, I've just been rocking out so much lately. Not as much as I'd like to because I'm working constantly, but oh gosh, just take a look at that. Oh, she's beautiful. Oh yeah, she's just my new baby. I'm going to take very good, very nice guitar. Very expensive. I'm going to take very good care. And I mentioned, I think a few videos back that a new comic book store opened up in the town where I live. So, I've been spending a lot of my time there. I've got lots of new comics lately. Obtained lots of great comic books. I'll just kind of show you some of the ones I've gotten recently. I've been really getting a lot into DC lately. I mean, I've always loved DC and Marvel both. But I was mostly a Marvel fan growing up. I started out with like Spider-Man and Daredevil. I read both of those when I was really young. Then I started getting more into X-Men and Iron Man and the Hulk and stuff, the Avengers. And I always liked Batman. Batman's my favorite superhero and always has been. He's always been my number one. But like all the rest of the superheroes, like on my top 10 list, were all Marvel. So I was mostly Marvel, but with Batman is my favorite. But I've been really getting into I've been reading a lot of other DC properties as well, such as Justice League and Suicide Squad, both of which are they're both getting movie adaptations, live action movies next year, which I'm pretty psyched about. Well, I mean Justice League isn't. It's Batman versus Superman, but it's building up to a Justice League movie. I really hope it's as good as the show, which I have all the DVDs. I've been watching that constantly as well. This is the second season. The first season's in my living room, and I have all the seasons of the Justice League Unlimited as well, which is also in the other room. Yeah, I love the Batman animated series and the Superman animated series. I think they're the best respective adaptions of the comics. So yeah, I think DC I think Marvel's doing better with the live action movies so far, but I think DC's doing a lot better with the animated movies. I've been checking out a lot of the DC animated movies. Got Batman: Assault on Arkham and Under the Red Hood. Then the animated movie adaptations of Dark Knight Returns and Year One, all of which are just excellent. Of course, Mask of the Phantasm, which has been my favorite ever since I first saw it back in '93 when I was really young. Love that movie. It's like a perfect Batman film. It has everything you could want. Morbius, isn't he so awesome? And it's the first issue too, but of the Rise of the Midnight Suns. That is, yeah, a lot of great comics here. Guardian of the Galaxy. That was a good movie as well. It adapted the comics really well, I thought. But yeah, I've been mostly getting a lot of DC. I've been reading a lot of DC properties, but I still love both DC and Marvel. I can't really decide between the two when it comes down to it. Because, gosh, DC has Batman, which is my favorite. Then, Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Martian Manhunter, Aquaman. Just so many great characters. Marvel probably has more overall. I mean, Marvel has like a huge roster of heroes, as you can see. But DC has Batman, so so I can never choose between the two. Yeah, I got a lot of great comics lately. Hell yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll do like a top 10 superheroes video, or top 10 comic book story arcs sometime in the future. Yeah, I got a whole bunch here. I've got 3 huge boxes full of comics. I'd like to do a video like dedicated to my comic book collection, kind of run you through some of the better ones, some of my favorite ones that I have, and I have a lot of graphic novels as well, most of which are Batman, which I did a review of The Killing Joke. So far this has kind of been like a rambling video, just me going on and on about what I've been up to. So, and I definitely have to say thank you to everybody who's been watching my show, all the positive feedback I got, all the kind words, all my fans and followers. You guys are awesome. You really are. I had no idea that my my reviews and stuff would be this well received. I definitely thank you guys. It's very very inspiring, and makes me want to do more videos. And I've got a huge a huge mental list of things I want to do. Oh gosh, I love X-Men. I can't wait for X-Men Apocalypse. If it's anything like Days of Future Past, which was awesome, I think I'm gonna, we're definitely in for a treat. Yeah, that's the one I'm mostly excited for. X-Men Apocalypse, Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice, and Suicide Squad, which has got Jared Leto as the Joker. I'm not big on the fact that he has tattoos and like a metal teeth, like a grill or whatever, but I think he might be the most insane, psychotic live-action Joker yet. Even more so than Cesar Romero. But I think performance-wise it's going to be really good. I think he'll be right up there with Nicholson and Ledger for sure. I guess I can go and tell you my top 10 superheroes while I'm doing, kind of showing you my recent comic acquirements. Well, obviously I said Batman was my number 1, and I don't just mean the character. I mean the whole, all the storylines, the whole mythology as well. Yeah, Batman just, he's the most realistic probably out of all the, comic book heroes. He just has the best rogues gallery by far. Him and Spider-Man both have like all the best villains. But yeah, second favorite would be Spider-Man. I've always been a huge Spider-Man fan. Third would probably be, I want to say the X-Men, but if I had to pick just one, I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up between Wolverine, Cyclops, and Iceman. I also really like Beast, Gambit, of course. There's just so many. So, I'm just going to say X-Men is my number 3, my third favorite. I just had to count the whole team. I can't just pick just one individual member. Fourth favorite superhero would probably be the Hulk. West Coast Avengers. Oh, yeah. Some good reading right here. I love all the old advertisements, too. That's like my favorite part. So cool, man. But, all the order forms for like X-ray glasses and hypno rings and all that stuff. It's so cool. It brings back good memories of me reading comics when I was just a little kid and watching the X-Men cartoon and munching on some Cookie Crisp. Anyway, okay, where was that? Number 5, right? 5 would probably be Iron Man. Yeah, Iron Man's really cool. The movies are really good, but I hate what they did to the Mandarin in Iron Man 3. I think that was unforgivable. They kind of tried to make up for it later with one of the shorts, but I don't know. I don't know if I can forgive that. We need to see another Hulk movie too. One that features the leader. They set his origin up in the Incredible Hulk from 2008, but we never saw what became of it. Sammy Stearns was in it, and he first started to mutate. Whatever. But anyway, 6. I'm actually getting a lot into Superman lately. I remember growing up, I was never too big on him. I thought he was too super powered. But with the '90s animated series, they actually made him pretty. He was actually a little more vulnerable. He was a little more. I think it really got me more into it. I also love the movies with Christopher Reeve as well. That started in '78. That movie series was great, and I thought Man of Steel was pretty good despite its flaws. Not my favorite incarnation, but pretty up there. So yeah, Superman would probably be my number 6, I guess. 7 probably being Captain America. I think 8 would be Green Lantern. As I said, I'm really getting more and more into the DC characters. I've always liked them, but I was never as into DC as much as I was into Marvel, as I already said before. And Fantastic Four would be next. How can you forget them? And then I love me some Fantastic Four. The new movie sucked. Oh my gosh, it was so terrible. They ruined Doctor Doom yet again. How hard is it to get Doctor Doom right? It makes the Julian McMahon version from the 2005 movie look like the greatest villain ever, like up there with Darth Vader. That's how badly they did Doctor Doom in this awful movie. Oh gosh, I go on and on about how much it sucks, but I don't want to plague this whole video with that. I actually have a bunch of different copies of this particular comic book right here, The Metal Men. I've got all kinds of. I've got like so many copies of this. I don't know how that happened. I guess collecting over the years, some of the ones I kind of forgot that I already had. There's another Metal Men. I just kind of go and I kind of binge, buy a bunch of movies. Oh yeah, back to my top 10 heroes. I think there's only one more left. I don't remember how many numbers I said. And they're always changing too, by the way. Like my top 10 heroes next week will be different. But my top 2 or top 3 actually will always be Batman, Spider-Man, and X-Men, no doubt. And probably Hulk will probably always be number 4 as well. But the others are constantly changing. Last would probably be Daredevil. I always had a soft spot for Daredevil because I grew up reading his comics when I was really little. Spider-Man and Daredevil were like the majority of what I had growing up. I inherited a lot of those comics from my dad. He had a lot of Spider-Man and Daredevil. Those are his favorites. I actually didn't have a lot of Batman comics when I was really little. But the first 2 Tim Burton movies, along with the animated series, which was current at that point, the best adaptation of Batman too by far. That's kind of what got me into Batman. Then I started reading the comics after that. I also watched the 60s Adam West series at my grandma's when I was younger. But to me, that wasn't really truly Batman. It was enjoyable and entertaining as it was. It was kind of a little too campy and colorful. Batman should be dark, of course, that was before Frank Miller wrote The Dark Knight Returns, and made Batman into a really dark and gritty character and stuff. But I think Batman should always be the one that's dark and brooding. Superman could be the one setting a good example and being like somebody you can look up to, and just being a nice, friendly guy. And Batman's just the one that beats the crap out of criminals. And he's trying to working for a world that doesn't need Batman. Gotham City. Oh yeah, got me lots of Thor. Thor's definitely be my top 20. I know I didn't mention it in my top 10. And gotta love the classic X-Men. So many great X-Men characters. I couldn't decide on just one. And I almost hate to say Wolverine because I feel like it's such an obvious choice. But Hugh Jackman does do a great job in the movies. But I think if they ever do a reboot, if they ever do a X-Men series that doesn't connect to the Bryan Singer series, they shouldn't even include Wolverine, because for one thing, Hugh Jackman did such a great job. For another thing, I think they should focus on the 5 original members, Iceman, Beast, Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Angel, or Archangel, whatever you want to call him. What was Jean Grey called? Miss Marvel, or Marvel Girl, or whatever back then. But they should focus on the original lineup, I think. Yeah, I got some really obscure some things that not a lot of people have heard of, some more underrated comics. I also really love horror comics, you know, Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror, Haunt of Fear, Ghostly Tales from the Haunted House, House of Mystery, love it all. Action Comics, that's where Superman got his debut, if you didn't know. I'm sure you already did if you're watching my videos. It really disappoints me that Martian Manhunter, you know, John Jones, he's not going to be in the new Justice League movie. He's replaced by Cyborg, which is the new 52 lineup. It kind of retcons it to where John Jones wasn't a founding member, but Cyborg is. You know, as cool as Cyborg is, as much as I like him, why can't they include both of them? I mean, you know? And a lot of people are saying, oh, he's just a green Superman. No, that's not it at all. I did think he was a little too vulnerable in the cartoon, which I mentioned earlier. Him and Superman kind of both were. They got knocked around a little too much, but I feel like in that show, he was like the heart and soul of the Justice League, you know? And I hate that they're going to leave him out in the live-action movie adaptation. But whatever, hopefully it'll be enjoyable. This video kind of turned out to be more like a comic book superhero discussion. Maybe I'll talk about my October plans in another video. In a nutshell, though, I'll go ahead and mention it briefly. I'm going to be doing a zombie walk, I think on the 23rd or 24th. This is the third annual one in my town. I did it the last 2 years, and we were in the paper and everything. It was awesome. I had a full-fledged zombie costume the first year with bones and really cool gory makeup that the band I was in at the time, the drummer's girlfriend did my makeup, and she did a really good job. It was really graphic. Last year I didn't know about it in time, so I just kind of threw something together. I was already wearing my Black Sabbath shirt. I just kind of threw some makeup on, you know. But this year I'm going to go all out. Me and my buddies are going to be doing it. There's also a really awesome haunted house that's very well done. It's almost like a theatrical, really awesome like stage performance from like all the characters. It's really, really awesome and really creepy too. A few towns over. I'm definitely going to that. And there's also the 4-state Slasher Con, which you may or may not know about. I think it only come to the DC area, but if I'm not mistaken, I haven't read too much about it, but a lot of the cast from Creepshow 2, a few of the people from Lost Boys are going to be there, and a few others as well. A few cast members from Already Darkness, I think, too, kind of lesser-known background actors, but still, it's going to be exciting. I'll get a lot of autographs and get a lot of pictures. That's one thing I'll be doing this October. There's a few things I'll be doing this October. In addition to probably going to some creepy abandoned houses and cemeteries at night, which is like my favorite things. I do that all year round, though. So, but yeah, that's pretty much my plans for this month. That's pretty much what's gonna be making up Hellhound's October. But yeah, I need to make a video about some of my graphic novels. I showed you a few of my comics. That's not even like 1/16 of my collection, though. I'd have to like really dig through all these boxes I have. I got a lot of magazines in there as well. Some Metal Edge, some Hit Parader, some Fangoria. I got a lot of those. Rue Morgue. Yeah, lots of horror magazines and some metal ones too. And if Irish Knight, if you're watching, I'm sure you'd approve of that. Yeah, this guy's got like all the same interests as me. It's just awesome. My mind's still blown about it. But you know, it's so cool. You know, the internet, meeting all these people who have all the same interests and obsessions as me. But yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and wrap this video up. You know, there's some of my October plans and some of my newly. I didn't really mention any movies that I got lately. Most of the only newer DVDs I've got lately are the last volume of the Superman animated series, which I didn't have before, and all the Justice Leagues, as well as I got a couple horror movies in the mail. Last month. I already forgot what they are. They just kind of went on my shelf and I got absorbed into my massive collection, you know. But yeah, I'll go and wrap up. That's kind of what I've been up to lately, and you know, my plans for this awesome month, autumn season. Oh gosh, I can't wait for Halloween. It's going to be wonderful. Also, Ash vs. Evil Dead, the series, debuts on October 31st on Halloween. How perfect is that? I got other plans that day, but I'm still going to try to fit that in my busy schedule because, you know, oh my gosh, it's Bruce fucking Campbell returning as Ash. And, you know, an Evil Dead continuation of the original trilogy, which is amazing. Oh, I can't wait for that. It's going to be mind-blowing. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Hellhound, and until next time, so keep it metal, and keep it horror as well. All right, see ya.